Yesterday I sold a Makita chainsaw and a smaller Sawzall. I have a big Sawzall, and the smaller Makita Sawzall I got in a kit, and I never really needed it because I had the big Sawzall. So it's just sort of laid around here, and I've used it maybe once or twice. Anyway, I sold that to a guy, and along with a Makita chainsaw, because I've got the two pruning chainsaws, one that Phil sent me, the other was a Milwaukee that I bought, and they are way more handier than the Makita was. In fact, I have bought a adapter that I can use my Makita batteries in the Milwaukee saw. So there's that. So yesterday I went to Northern Tool, and I bought a couple of things with that $100 I got off of the chainsaw. And one of them is this, it's called a Bucket Boss. Here's what it's called. Bucket Boss brand, original series, Bucketeer. And I'm gonna show you, I'm not gonna like make you watch, but isn't this a pretty cool bucket? This is Northern Tool's bucket. Five gallons would be like right up here. This is 3.5 gallons. That's pretty cool. Anyway, this is going to be my new, I'll show you, my chainsaw bag. This is what I keep all my, tools and chainsaw chains and spark plug removers and spare fuel, oil. And this has tipped over, not in here, but it tipped over in a corner there. Fortunately, the cap stayed on. And it's always been awkward and not handy at all. So I'm going to use that as my new chainsaw bucket bag. I can put my chain oil in it and everything. And if something tips over in it, it will stay in the bucket. So that's what that's for. And I'm fixing to do that now. I used that a couple days ago to pressure wash all the lawnmowers off, our lawnmower and Bez's lawnmower. That is right at 30 years old. I've had it that long, and it never fails to crank, but I always empty the gas out of it. And when I turn it back on, I pour a little gas in the tank, and I let it run through, and that little, see that petcock? On the bottom of that is a screen that unscrews, and I just unscrew it and let the gas run through there. And then I screw it back on and let the carb bowl fill up, and it cranks up. 30 years I've been doing it. It was probably 2 or 3 years since I used it last, and it cranked right up, second pull. Just amazing how some things, with a little bit of care, will just last and last and last. My trailer, perfect example. That little trailer right there, I've had for right at 33 years. And my only regret on that trailer, it's a 5x8. I wish I had gotten a 5x10. And one other thing I was fixing to tell you, God, I forget. Oh well. Oh yeah, this chainsaw. This is a 211C. And it's got the easy start nonsense system, and the chain adjustment, that's more of a pain in the neck than it is easy. Sure, the first year it's easy, but the little parts wear out fast. And the easy start system, how hard is it to pull over a little 16-inch saw? It's not, and you don't need easy start on that. And it's become, I'm gonna have to replace some of the pawls. It's more of a nuisance than it is a time saver or a back saver. I don't know why they designed this saw for, frail housewives. I don't know. But I wouldn't do it again. They do make a 211. I don't know if they still make a 211. But they made a 211 without all the extra crap on it. The easy start and the blade adjustment. See that easy blade adjustment? It's easy for about the first year, and after that all the parts wear out, and it's more of a nuisance than it is easy. So anyway, this is what I got so far. my wedges. I'm fixing to go over to the shop and turn this back into a somewhat usable wedge, and put it on my sander and grind another wedge on there and probably cut it to about here or so. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Be right back. But first, let me straighten this fire out. Look at that, it's almost all of it burned up. I'm fixing to shush them coals around just a little bit and roll what's left up on the fire there, up on the coals. Lordy, I can't believe all this is burned up. Screw it. Okay, now I'm gonna go work on them wedges. And because I'm a delicate frou-frou guy with a delicate frou-frou dog, I gave him my jacket because he's freezing. Okay, back to work. Well, all right. Sort of got this fixed. Close enough. Got a point on it. There's my big chains, the Earl, the wedges, my hammer, and on the outside I got my 16-inch chains. And now I need to find me a long-handled, skinny screwdriver that will adjust the idle. And there we go. And that's gonna stay right there. Now, crap, I won't be able to get that out. I'm gonna have to get a pair of needle nose right now to get that out. Yeah, I got two magnetic things at Northern. No, I didn't get them at Northern. Here's what's weird. Northern Tool sells these on their website for $35. And Harbor Freight sells these for like $4, $4.99 or something like that. And I've got two others, and then over in my other shop, I've got a few of them. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. You got to really shop around because Northern Tools, they are pretty expensive on some of their tools. Okay, I've got this chain sharpened on this and then filed with a file. And then I'm gonna put this chain on the saw, take that chain off and get it sharpened and ready to go, because I still got a lot more trees to cut. Just not today. But you know, I think I've showed you there's one still on the ground over there that's in our yard, and that's gonna be cut up. And before we can put our fence up, I've got to cut some trees that are absolutely gonna fall. And we just might as well do them now before we put the fence up. Otherwise we'll be cutting trees up and replacing fence. So next is that chain. I'm gonna put this on the saw, take the old one off and sharpen it and get it ready. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Since they don't make bottles anymore, you gotta cut the middleman out. Burn, baby, burn. All right, now we go get some high test and 2 lottery tickets. All right, everything's closed up. I don't know why it's such a good feeling having all my chains sharpened, all my gas cans full, all my propane tanks full, food. My only weakness is water, and it's not a real weakness. I can get water, you know, quickly if I had to. So that's it for today. It's not quite 1 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna go home, take a little break, maybe a nap. I'm not making any promises. There could be a nap in there. And then when I get up, I'm gonna cook a bodacious meal. Bodacious, and I'll show you that.
Control of Jerusalem, non-Jews continue to reject her legitimacy and to dictate practical policy with regard to Jerusalem. According to Christ, this will continue to be the case until Armageddon. Only then will the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. When Israel took East Jerusalem in 1967, and her soldiers wept at the Western Wall, it seemed that Jerusalem had at last...
Okay, a friend of mine gave me a bunch of onions, and I'm gonna cook some of them up. And then I'm gonna cut some sausage and some mushrooms up. After these all cook down, I'll throw the sausage and the mushrooms in there, let this simmer for a while, and oh man, that's gonna be so good. This is down home sausage, made in Keithville, Louisiana, Stonewall, which is that way about 35 miles. Man, that was a mess of onions, and they're cooking down nice. I'm gonna give them about another 10 minutes or so. Oh, I'm gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna turn this down to, right there. I'm gonna let these flavors all get to know each other for about, another 15 minutes or so, or until my belly rumbles so loud I can't stand it anymore. Boy, that is so good, especially when you let it simmer for 20-30 minutes. Real good. I don't even know what to call it. Free onion stew? Huh?
It's called yuck.
Yuck. She doesn't like anything in this. She hates onions. She doesn't like mushrooms. What else do you not like? Do you not like sausage?
I like mushrooms. I eat mushrooms all the time.
Okay, what else do you not like? Just the onions or the sausage and everything?